Welcome to the Pod Bay Door.
Hello out there in the verse. This is the Pod Bay Door. Please join us every Tuesday for informed discussions on new and upcoming movies, games, and tech. And if you love Las Vegas, stay tuned because as Vegas insiders, we can give you a unique perspective on its history, provide insider information, and reveal the unknown secrets of our town, Vegas. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We're glad you're with us. And hey, if you get the chance, subscribe to us and give us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Also check in with us on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast.
What is a podcast?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Nothing more will I teach you today.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
Well, everybody, we are back in the Las Vegas studio. This is Jamey. I'm on the table today with Adam. How you doing, Adam? Good to see you again.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Adam decided to take the week, 2 weeks? No, week.
I guess it was a week.
A week
Seems
off.
like longer.
That's right. He went to a concert. And Sam is not with us today. He's continuing his rehab. You get better out there, Sam. We'll see you soon. In fact, we were just talking about some stuff, and I don't know if you heard, but I'm trying the. It's not really vegan. It's plant-based diet.
A new diet. I did hear a little bit as you were talking about it with John last week.
Right, and
how's it working out?
Successful.
Like a week now.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. A little short of 2 weeks, but 2 weeks. To me, it's going well, and it feels good, and and I think mentally feels good, and we'll see. Obviously there are some adjustments. Your body decides to do different things, more of some and less of others.
Sure.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
And
all part of the diet?
Yeah, all part of the diet. And you get over the mental thing, the disappointment that you don't have a hamburger in front of you. And that's a weird thing to deal with.
I can imagine. I've had a piece of meat on my dinner plate my whole life. So
Yeah. And I think today I'm going to try that strange Trader Joe vegan hamburger. We'll see how just horrific that is. But no, it's been going well. However, I've been I don't dive in, head first into these types of things. I do a lot of research, and I had made mention of a couple of documentaries, What the Health and What's with Wheat, and of course they have their problems, and a lot of the backers. There's these combative vegans, and then the corporate structure of the meat industry, and you never know who to believe, but you just got to be careful and to make sure it's right for you. But right now it's okay.
Yeah, it's working though.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And when it comes right down to it, there's nobody that can argue that a concentrated, well thought out plant-based diet is going to be good for you. It all breaks down to, are you getting the vitamins that you would get from the meat? We don't process, or we don't make vitamin D. Well, that's pretty simple. You walk out in the sun.
Sure.
We don't the body doesn't make B12, so we have to either have supplement or something with B12 in it. And there's a whole controversy about A. Apparently, the retinol and the A that we're supposed to get, the plants don't do it correctly. Like beta carotene from carrots is not the A that we need, and so on and so forth. And oh Lord,
it's not the vitamins we need.
Yeah, so you just got to be careful. But a lot of vegan failures out there because ding dongs are vegan.
Ding dongs, really?
Yeah. Sugar is natural, and that's what vegan is. It's natural.
Sugar cane, right?
Yeah, and so people, I'm eating vegan and I'm slamming down Coke and Twinkies, and,
sure,
and why am I still fat?
Right?
Yeah. I don't know why. That's such a strange thing.
But why?
I know. But we'll keep you. I guess we'll keep you informed. I don't know if anybody cares. But coming up on this episode, Adam and I are going to talk about is live gaming here in Las Vegas dying, and what I mean by the dealers pitching cards and gathering dice.
What I used to do.
Yeah, what Adam used to do. It's the rise of the machines.
Oh yes, definitely.
We're going to talk about the movies, Dark Tower, Atomic Blonde, and we're going to give you our recap, I guess, of Game of Thrones. And, of course, we have Topless Reports, Nerd Alerts, Gear Grinders, and Area 52. Love the comments and show suggestions coming in. We lots of international folks listening, and everybody in the U.S., thrilled everybody's with us, and absolutely love all the downloads and subscriptions. Keep those going. Gary Anderson TX1 commented, this is the first straight out negative thing I've, not about us, thankfully, but about Vegas.
Oh, man.
He says, Las Vegas will never be more than a bathroom stop on the way to Cali. Funny.
Yeah,
well,
it's funny. I chuckle at.
well said. Clearly, that's not the case. I mean, just the number of dollars that flow through here.
I'm glad we get some tourists. Some of his money maybe as the gas station he stops at, but. Maybe he stops at and hit the slot machine at the gas station though. That's why they have those.
Very few, bathroom that have major sporting events, and the the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, I mean we're a bit more than the restroom stop. I will give you a restroom stop. Now,
Barstow.
Oh, yes, Barstow. The scariest place that I literally had a restroom stop. I've gone to the restroom. I've been in some shocking restrooms, movie style, like where you look to the ceiling and there's stuff all over.
Oh, sure.
Dateland, Arizona.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was
somewhere by Phoenix, I take it?
Below. No, Tucson. On the way to Tucson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tucson's a terrible town, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. But Dateland, Arizona, I mean, it literally was The Hills Have Eyes. I mean, it was you were afraid for your life, and it was no wonder the bathroom was filthy, because you were afraid that it was the hover.
Yeah.
Even guys would hover over these bathrooms.
I'm sorry to single out Tucson, but, man, we had a road trip down there. A friend of mine had like a catfish situation. You know what that is?
Yeah, I sure do.
So somebody had got a hold of him, and he thought she was some cutie that he was going to go down there and meet.
Really?
And she ended up being somebody totally different.
But it was a woman, though.
It was a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was Tucson. That was like my one experience there, and there's really not a whole lot to do in Tucson.
Wow, catfishing in Tucson.
Yeah. That was before that was even like a thing.
Call Netflix. That's a whole movie. Really? Went all the way to Tucson on a
just on a
whim. His eyes were open though. He knew it could have been
I would assume.
You were with him?
Oh yeah, it was like a whole. Sam was with me too. I wish he was here.
Wow.
It was a good time. It was like 4 or 5 guys that worked at Brendan Theaters at the time.
Really?
Just a road trip down there.
And she was a nutbag?
Yes. No, she wasn't good looking at all.
Oh no.
No.
A beast.
It was random.
Well, as I was looking up things to say why Las Vegas is not just a restroom stop on the way to California. Okay. And what's funny is you think about it, if we're the restroom, then California is where all the shit goes. So there you go, buddy.
It's flowing downhill.
I was looking up all these statistics on fighting Mr. Gary.
You're gonna throw this out?
Yeah, and then the funniest one I found, Las Vegas does not rank well. In many categories in the United States, education being one. Although we're not as bad as I thought we were. We're 43rd. That's pretty bad, but we're not worst.
43rd out of 50. Huh?
Yeah.
Good go us.
Yeah, we're not the worst, but and we rank kind of in the 30 to 45 range on most categories. Not great, especially after the crash. But we are. The two things that I found were most interesting. We are number 2 in the country for attaining 2-year degrees, associate's degrees.
Okay.
Yeah. And in keeping with that, we are number 3 in debt after college, meaning we have very low debt after college. But I think that there's a correlative there.
Right.
That we're number 2 in the 2-year degree, so obviously we're not spending as much.
Less money for the degree, yeah.
Yeah. But the best one, we're number 1.
Number 1.
Absolutely number 1. Nevada ranks number 1 for bridge quality.
Bridge quality. Do we even have many bridges?
We have bridges. We have a lot of bridges.
But bridge quality, yes. We make a hell of a bridge.
And this is based on the 2016 stats from the U.S. Department of Transportation. We are number 1.
I want to know how many bridges we have, because we're desert. What are we crossing?
That's right. Well, now this was in Nevada. It's not just Las Vegas, right. Nevada. And of course we have, obviously the new bridges involved over at the Hoover Dam. And somebody called it the Boulder Dam the other day. I thought it was great. You know, that's the old term is called the Boulder Dam.
No, I can't have that. My last name's Hoover, so
yes.
I'd have to
That's right.
Talk shit about my people.
But Gary Anderson, TX1, there you go. Number 1 in Bridges. That's it.
I'm sad.
That's all I need to say.
Yeah, number 1 in Bridges.
That's right.
Why would you not want to stop in Vegas?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we used to be, Actually, Vegas never was just a stop kind of thing. You came here for what Vegas offered.
Sure.
I don't know.
Hey, if concerts, stop here, that means we are a destination.
Yeah. I spent some quality time in L.A. in college, and that's the town I want to pass right through.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just went to L.A. for a concert, and I would not want to live there for any extended period of time.
What venue?
It was
Staples?
No, it was a small venue.
Oh, okay.
God, I can't. I'm gonna have to try and remember it.
Okay.
It was nice though.
Yeah.
Dang, no, I can't remember it. What was my point now? You lost me there.
Oh, did I? Sorry about that.
No, L.A. Yeah, the streets are real tight, narrow, tons of people everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive there.
No.
It's terrible.
No, it's
let my friend drive. Thanks, John, for having me out there.
Yeah, I've always had a hard time getting there. Is fine. Getting out is the problem for me. I just can't seem to find the right freeway.
Oh, exactly.
But Stephen J3939 commented, "Thanks for the honest Vegas viewpoint. You're absolutely welcome for that. Is there time to take some sort of tour?" I thought that this sounds like I'm doing this on purpose. I'm not. Stephen actually said this. Is there time to take some sort of tour during a business conference? And I believe Stephen might be an international listener.
Sure. I don't think we have like the hop on, hop off bus.
No, but is there time? Yeah, I mean, we have wonderful things. We have ATV tours, and we have helicopter tours, airplane tours, all of which, some can take a half a day, but I mean, you can coincide that with your conference.
A helicopter tour would be nice.
Yeah.
You can see the whole strip. You can point that out.
We've got some
Grand Canyon tours.
Yeah, we've got some great companies out here. I happen to have experience with one, Maverick Helicopters. They're right down the way from Mandalay Bay. I've been on a city tour, which is very cool. I've been on a Grand Canyon tour, which was fantastic. And they were half day or less.
Yeah, they took you right out there.
Yeah, and I've been on Hummer tours with the company was called Rat Tours, and fantastic stuff. We've talked about it before. They're within 30 to 45 minutes from here. You can water ski, snow ski, camp, boat, woods, desert, water.
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, there's everything. So come here and ditch your conference and talking about all the accounting. And
got to be something more exciting than accounting.
Yeah. So, but thanks guys for the comments. Keep those coming in. We love it. And any format, I look on every format.
Right.
And now we're on practically everything. So get out there and let us know. Adam's favorite. It's the Topless Report. Where are they naked now?
We need to know.
Yeah, that's right. Nudity on slot and poker machines is forbidden by Gaming Commission. Well, that's more of a statement. My question is, should it be? Aren't we an adult town?
We are. There's still kids in the casinos, though, like, going to the pool or the arcades or...
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying I want to sit down on a slot machine or a poker machine and, have a giant puss in my face, but...
No, but if you're at the, the hot chick dealer pit, right?
Yeah.
Why can't they be topless? I don't know. I'm with you on that. But,
Yeah, no, I'm talking... but my note was the digital... just the digital screens.
Okay, as far as like the digital dealers playing blackjack, this is going to lead into the machines.
Yes, the rise of the machines.
But I don't know. Maybe there's still some sort of digital ban on showing.
I don't know.
Excessive, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about Adam's brother. He works for a major gaming company. He's a coder, and he makes all these wonderful games. And the nudity is not allowed. I just find it
too risque.
Yeah,
even in the city of sin, right? I think.
Yeah. Now there's hot chicks, with scantily clad, but I mean, who cares?
Right. They have bikini models they'll bring in for the the digital displays.
Yeah.
That's about as far as they'll get.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe we need them in the strip clubs.
Yeah, I don't know. We're already distracted in the strip clubs. We don't need more. We don't have any money to lose. All the girls have taken.
They all go digital.
Yeah. Right?
It's all going digital.
Well, I don't think. I I think forbidden is a problem. I think if the gaming companies, of course, I did see an article regarding this as I was researching it. Speaking of having an adult area,
right.
The whole thing's an adult
like the
area.
shady arcade that has the
yeah. Or when you go into Fry's Electronics and they have the porn section.
Yeah, they're all they all have like blank sleeves on, so you can't see the titles. Yeah,
exactly.
It's all very hidden.
Yeah, we don't want to turn into an adult bookstore, but I mean, I just think it's silly to make it 100% no, But on the other side of it, there is a street entertainer that was recently called to the mat on the fact that it was a girl, apparently quite attractive.
Okay.
And her costume was the Operation Game, where you would stick tweezers and try to pull out the guy's rib, and it would buzz.
Okay.
And it looked like the Operation Game. Well, everything, all of the little things, you could actually do that, but when you took it out, it would expose part of her body.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and that's bad. Apparently.
She's stripping for money at that point, right?
The legal and law officials did not like that. She was asked to remove herself and her costume.
Come on, it was clever though.
It was very clever. Yeah, and I guess she would. The whole thing. Entertainers are only able to ask for donations.
Right.
If they would take a picture with you, and
donate to my medical fund.
That's right. And you could pull out whatever part you wanted, and you would donate $5. So that was a big no.
That's too bad. I mean, that's at least she's going like the one more step,
exactly,
the extra mile. That's clever.
Hey, clever
wins. Yeah,
clever wins.
I would donate to that.
Yeah, I would have loved to film the cop dealing with that. I've all got we have horrible murders and rape and everything else, and he's dealing with this poor girl trying to make $5.
Come on, you want to take the rib out.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't hit the side.
I didn't see in the article I looked. They didn't say if she buzzed.
Right.
Like if you did that. That's
that'd
so
be
funny.
Clever.
It'd be absolutely
she had
hysterical.
like one of those little like hand buzzers, right?
Yeah.
And she just would like.
That'd be fantastic. Or a boat horn to scare the shit out of the people. That'd be fantastic.
See.
All right. Well, Adam's back, so I'm going to pass the baton of the Nerd Alert back to him.
Nice. Too bad Sam's not here. We were going to talk about The Dark Tower, and he's the only one that's seen it.
I've not seen it, but I did see an interview. I think it was on Fallon. No, not Fallon. Kimmel.
Yeah.
With Idris. In fact, he's all over the place. He and McConaughey are all over the place.
They've been promoting the crap out of this movie, which I love because I'm a big Dark Tower Stephen King fan.
Have you read the book?
I have read all of the books, yes.
You read all of them?
Okay. Have plenty of the graphic novels, actually, too.
Okay.
Marvel put out a line of
I didn't know that.
Dark Tower graphic novels. They're really great.
Wow.
Looking forward to this adaptation for a long time.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do it right. I've seen some mixed reviews.
Well, good Lord. Yeah, nowadays. And
you can't please everybody.
Yeah. And I have to mention, speaking of mixed reviews, Slant Magazine. Every time I pull up IMDb to look up anything, I look up the reviews and see how it did, a movie 2007 or today, and they never say anything good.
Really?
Slant Magazine is always like 40 percentile down below the top thing.
Right.
And I don't know who the guy is, but he
just like to rip people apart.
He's just pissy. And I'd love to know the guy's age. I got to figure that out. So Slant Magazine, give me a call when I find that out.
We need some notes.
But so do you agree? Stephen King is box office poison now.
It tends to be that way.
Yeah. Has one done well?
I'm trying to really kind of think of one.
I mean, think of the old ones: Maximum Overdrive, Pet Sematary.
Not good. Yeah.
I mean,
The Shining was probably
Shining. Christine.
Yeah.
Cujo. I think Cujo did well, but it was
Carrie 1 and 2. They made a sequel to that.
Yeah, I didn't see the sequel.
I didn't either.
Yeah, and I didn't like Sissy Spacek. In the
original
one?
Yeah, she was a little strange.
She was a very strange person. But
he's never really had a huge hit, and he's always had like kind of a weird niche. But for this series in particular, it gets me because it's more like
fantasy.
It's a fantasy meets Western.
Yeah.
And I love that kind of mixed genre. And I liked Idris Elba is like almost a perfect casting in the qualities that the cowboy Roland would actually portray in the comic book. So I think he's a great casting.
Now there's a kid that is prevalent in the trailer. Yeah. Now is he prevalent throughout the book series? Mm-hmm. So there's a kid.
Oh, big time.
Okay, that scares me. Stephen King and a kid. I don't know. I don't know, but it is fantasy. I think that'll work.
Yeah, it's great. I think it'll do well. I think Sam said he enjoyed it.
Okay. How did Sam go to a movie without you?
I don't know.
What happened?
I think I was out of town.
Well, we'll get Sam's take on that. But now, Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde. We did happen to see that one together.
Say good things, Adam.
It was all good.
Charlize.
I actually liked the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something I didn't like, and I couldn't think of anything of anything toward the end.
One of my favorite films is The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis.
Okay.
The last
I know
time,
the one. I don't believe I've seen it though.
Yeah, the last time I enjoyed a woman as a heroine,
as an action.
Yeah. And so
she was great. I want to say it was by the director of John Wick.
Okay.
And so it had kind of the same feel.
Yeah.
It was set in the 80s, so it had some cool music to it.
Okay.
She was kicking ass.
Nice.
She was naked, so there's chicks and boobs.
Yeah, she kisses a girl.
Yeah, there's like a whole little lesbian scene.
Kisses
in
the girl from Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a little French undercover agent. Nice. There's a lot of I guess my only one negative to the movie is there's like double crosses like everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Like everybody's a double agent.
Yeah.
So
how's McAvoy? Is he good?
He's good. Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. He pulls off the kind of strange, weird, crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Split?
It was all good. No, I didn't see Split.
I just saw Split.
Yeah, is it good?
Very good.
It's the same universe as Unbreakable, right?
It is. Same series. Yeah. In fact, they're making Shyamalan. I think they're in production or pre-production for doing the last one. Yeah. Yeah. I always anytime McAvoy goes with the close cut. Crew cut or the bald.
Yeah.
It's just Professor X in another movie. But no, he's good.
Yeah. No, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'd give it somewhere around an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. My friend Jose, I'm gonna call him out. He looked at me, gave me the stink face when I said 8. I guess.
Really?
I guess he didn't enjoy it as much. I guess. But no, I liked it.
All right.
It was all good.
Now, does it seem like they're trying to franchise? They're gonna go with at least a sequel.
I'm not sure exactly. I wouldn't say left it open for a sequel.
No.
It kind of closed out the story. Okay. So if they make enough money, I'm sure they'll throw some money at it. It was good.
Now again, the origins of Atomic Blonde, is this a one-off or is this a graphic novel?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has a graphic novel connection.
Okay.
Most things do nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I remember seeing them, pop something on the screen that said it was adapted or something.
Okay.
Might be making that up.
Well, I may break my rule and go see that.
Go check that one out.
I might go see it.
Well, it was worth it. Maybe I'll go with you and see it again.
Okay. Well, if we'll find a theater that doesn't have any people.
Yeah, we just have to go at like I don't know, 4 a.m.
Well, in the morning, whenever it opens.
So we want to go into some science news. I know you love Elon Musk. So newest Elon Musk news. They're doing the testing for the Hyperloop One. I think we've mentioned it on the show before.
Yes, we have.
It's out north of Vegas in the desert. They just had a successful test that they reached 192 miles an hour.
Which is traveling speed.
Traveling speed, yeah.
Right, okay.
And with their little compartment, they're kind of...
Right.
It looks like a bullet, I guess.
Okay.
The only reason they couldn't go any faster is because they ran out of track.
Well, that happens.
So they didn't spend enough money on track. But it works.
They ran out of money right then. Just bang.
Sorry. But it works. They have a prototype, ready to go. So it's going to take the next step toward maybe, reaching its... he said he wants to reach 700 miles an hour. And that's goal, and that's faster than any plane goes. So.
Hey, more power to him. I'm so disgusted with travel options right now. I'm looking. I was recently looking to get to L.A. on the cheap.
Yeah.
And it's miserable. Allegiant Airline can't keep the planes in the air long enough. They got 35-minute flight. They got to come back home. Because there's been like 5 issues recently.
Really?
Yeah. And Spirit, you might as well just ride on the wing. But So
otherwise, they're paying a couple $100 a round.
Yeah, and I love trains. In fact, we have a train thing later on talking about trains. I'd love that. So
yeah, so many trains in Vegas that aren't just passing through, right?
Wait for Area 52. We got something coming up. Go Elon. I don't know about your solar stuff. We'll see. Go with the train.
He actually recently put out some solar paneled tiles.
Yeah.
That are actually super strong and I guess cheaper than an actual tile that you get now. So we'll see if that can expand a little bit more. And
I'm sure there's several years of testing left, but I kid around. I'm probably gonna get solar.
Yeah. Fine. I mean, eventually, we're in the desert. There's plenty of sun.
Yes, this isn't Seattle. I mean, we got enough.
We can take advantage of that.
Exactly.
For sure.
We're dying right now. It's horrible. But all right.
Yeah, good stuff. Keep it going, Elon. We love all your innovation. At least somebody's trying.
So Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Are you enjoying it?
I am.
You are.
I can't wait for the next episode.
I ask this every time because I forget. I'm sorry. You read the book?
I've read all the ones that are out. Yes.
Right.
They're still ongoing.
Right.
They're actually past the books now.
Okay.
In the series.
Okay. That's because I asked you that before.
Yeah.
Now I'll skip ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know the character that the old woman, the old queen, that just took the poison?
Spoilers, right?
Well, I don't care about spoilers. Yeah. I mean, good Lord.
Elena Tyrell.
Elena Tyrell. She played a great
she's the best
role, and of course spoiled the
victory,
the triumph.
So good
by saying that she killed the young king. Now, do you know who that actress is?
I've actually recently saw her. The IMDb throws up little things on Facebook that'll show you previous roles and stuff like that. I have seen that. I don't really recognize her. She's obviously before my time, but she's
way before.
She's been doing acting roles forever.
She played a very famous role, Mrs. Peel, to Patrick McNee in a show called The Avengers.
Okay.
And he was a British spy. And fantastic show. And she was a beautiful, beautiful lady.
Didn't they make a 90s movie based on that?
They did with Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Ralph Fiennes. Yeah. It wasn't as good. Patrick McNee was a classic, and Rig was fantastic. He had beautiful brunette hair and just beautiful. And it's a stark contrast when you see that in her career
before
now.
And after.
But great scene.
Yeah, oh my
God,
she stole it. Every scene she was in, it was just amazing.
She was.
She went out like a boss.
That's exactly. And I'm glad they didn't show her die. That was a good call.
Yeah.
Or flop over on her chair. It was just she just pulled away with a wide shot.
Because you knew that she won. It didn't matter what happened. She had just put her foot down.
Yeah.
And like you said, stole the victory.
Oh yeah. And the normally triumphant Jamey was
right.
He was crushed. I mean, it was great.
Speechless.
Yeah.
What could he do but walk away?
And as far as the fans of Game of Thrones, they were all glad that poor actor got killed. he was so good at being a putz.
Oh, you mean what's his name? No, I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Joffrey.
Yes. Yeah.
King Joffrey.
Yeah, that would be tough, being hated so much. Hated by an entire nation, and everybody glad that he's dead.
Yeah, what role is he going to get in the future where we're just not like, King Joffrey?
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to ride past that. But so
the whole episode really was about the meeting of Fire and Ice.
Right.
Melisandre said that she brought together Fire and Ice, which was Daenerys and Jon.
Right. And
I think that was probably the second best scene was when Danny's getting the list of all our accomplishments, right? And then we turn to poor Jon, and all he's got is
right.
This is Jon Snow.
This is Jon.
He's king of the North. What else do you need?
Exactly. Now to my knowledge, what they're producing now is basically the unpublished book.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And George, is writing, and
he's slowly typing away,
and then
his typewriter.
His assistants are helping him because I know he's not been well. So there is no one that knows what's going to happen. Yeah.
Well, you heard about the HBO leak, right?
I did, and that was pretty severe.
So maybe the hackers know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They apparently put out a whole episode.
Did they really?
I heard they put out some scripts, but then they actually did put out the next episode.
Like on Pirate Bay or something?
Something like that.
Okay.
It was pretty quickly taken down from the internet, but it was still
sure.
Nothing ever gets deleted. So
yeah.
It was still filtered out there a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting.
I don't really care. I don't care about leaks.
I'm not gonna watch it anyway.
I don't have time to look for leaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait till it comes on anyway. But
exactly.
The fact that they could get that information, it's still. a little frightening, I guess.
Yeah. So how many dragons are going to die?
Gonna die?
Yeah.
Well,
one for sure.
Yeah, I would think one because
the big one.
Obviously,
I think the big one's going to go.
Yeah, that's her favorite.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I'm just curious, how many dragons that the writers are going to take out.
Well, you notice that they wrote in the other two dragons' names a couple of times in the last episode, so that we could remember that they're even there.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
And then they flew over John, and he was like, he didn't even know what to make of that.
Yeah, no, that was that.
But actually, maybe showed him that there's another power out there that's comparable to the White Walkers. Something that could take them on. Yeah. They're so daunting, they're just this never-ending, force.
Why? My question is, not having read the books, and not having been a fan in the beginning of Game of Thrones, why are the what is the point? I understand the origin of the White Walkers, but why have they become sentient and want to take over?
Why now?
Yeah, why? I mean,
it seems like it's taken them forever to come to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Like Jon Snow, he was like, I have to go and meet Daenerys, and it was like 1 second, and he was there.
Yeah.
Yet the White Walkers were taking like 100,000 years to, get to the wall.
Right. You know who travels well is Varys. Barrett pops.
He just pops out of the shadow.
We've got some time frame problems with Varys' character. He shows up at places, and I keep asking people. I was like, "Where is this compared to this?" And like, "There's no way he made it in time."
Super fast.
Yeah, he's got a motorboat or something. He's going.
One thing that I noted, which is not part of the book, so it's kind of my own little theory, is Varys was talking to Melisandre, and she said something to the effect like, "No, I'm gonna die in this country." Right. Just like you are.
Oh, yes.
And so I thought maybe in the fact that Varys has been around so long, maybe he's one of those kind of old shapeshifters like Melisandre is without her little pendant on, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they have some sort of similar bloodline or storyline we don't even know yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, 12 episodes left, right?
I know. We can speculate all we want, but there's not much left. I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
Well, we'll keep you up on some Game of Thrones news. I know we'll be an episode behind by the time this airs, but
that's okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep you up on it. My last thing is we all know the movie Dodgeball.
Yes,
it's classic in our hearts. Vince Vaughn.
Rip Torn.
Yeah. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And in that movie, there was the famous ESPN 8, the Ocho.
The
Ocho, which was, as I quote from here. The finest of seldom seen sports from around the world.
That's right.
And they're actually, ESPN is changing ESPNU to ESPN the Ocho for one day on August the 8th. 8/8, right? Okay. So, and they're going to be showing a variety of the finest seldom seen sports.
Okay.
Right? So let me get this list here.
Nude horseshoes.
Pretty close.
Sumo rodeo.
American Disc Golf Championship. Roller Derby Championships.
Is roller derby a sport?
It's still a thing.
I guess it's a thing.
The Ultimate Trampoline Dodgeball.
Nice.
The World Darts Championship.
Yeah. I've watched that actually.
The fact that they can hit those 20s like every time.
The Brits and the Welsh and the
Irish
they rip everybody up. It's amazing.
The Championship of Bags, which is cornhole, if you know that one.
Yeah.
Right?
Would you call me?
Something called Moxie Games, which is it says an uncanny, new, and amazing event which combines a variety of sports into one, such as dodgeball and juggling, martial arts and volleyball, table tennis and soccer.
Wow.
So all right. That's a whole day of.
This is one day.
Some crazy events.
Wow.
The Ocho. And I joke about that all the time, so I thought it was hilarious.
They need to bring. You know what they need to do is include
the two anchors.
Yes, Jason.
So funny.
The Jason Sudeikis and I can't remember the other
guy. Jason.
I can't remember.
Sudeikis. It was.
I loved it. It was ESPN Classic.
So funny though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
And when they had feminine products as sponsors.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. I watch that to this day.
Yeah, it's classic. Good lines in that movie.
Well,
we'll see on ESPN.
Yeah, I'll look for that. That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Should be funny.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Adam. That was our Nerd Alert. The Concierge Chronicle this week. We have little dedication to gaming here because we deal with gaming so much. Adam used to be a dealer, of course, we've talked about, and I was a concierge.
Card dealer.
Pitching cards, man. Yeah. Was it? Yeah. 2-deck. Did you pitch the 2-deck?
We had single deck. We had double deck.
Single deck.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, really?
Yeah. It was great because it had a different pay table for blackjacks.
Yeah.
It was 6 to 5, right? Which is super cheap.
Crazy.
People hated that.
Yeah. $5? Was it $2?
Mostly cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, $5 or $10.
Yeah. Back when we had silvers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
banging around those big old dollar chips. Yeah. Now that being said, the biggest question for the Concierge Chronicle, and we have a lot of information, but is live gaming dead or dying? And what we mean by that, live gaming is a term that we use here in Las Vegas, and it regards actually having a physical
person to interact
breathing
with.
dealer, throwing cards at you, and is it being replaced almost completely, seemingly, by digital?
Yeah, slowly but surely.
Yeah,
I
digital
think.
dealers and poker machines and slot machines, and
dice and roulette tables that spin and roll themselves.
Exactly,
and you just hit a button.
And they even have faux horse racing machines, which I've enjoyed playing. But now, what do you think? You think live dealers will ever go away completely?
I don't see it ever going away completely.
Yeah.
Kind of like an old run movie theater. There'll always be a niche for it.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see it slowly dying off.
Yeah.
My friend who works at a slot company recently did a whole photo shoot with some live models on a green screen.
Okay.
And they're producing those blackjack type games or roulettes that are automatic, things like that. So they're moving in that direction for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot easier not to have to pay a dealer. That's
Well, that's true. And again, we're talking 2016 stats, but the revenue for slots was over $7 billion. That's billion with a B. Yeah. Versus live gaming,
which play the lights.
Yeah, which was $4 billion.
Interesting.
And even worse, sports betting only accounted for $19.2 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, God, they always said that the slot machines are where they make all their money.
Exactly, and penny machines are the best.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And table games was the redheaded stepchild. Yeah. They're lucky that people still do it because that's not where they make their money.
Well, no, and there's still the intimidation factor. I mean, gaming can be quite intimidating. And although Adam was a very conscientious dealer. And he was.
I tried to be approachable.
Yeah, approachable. Most aren't.
Yeah, no. A lot of them are a lot of straight-faced dealers that have been doing it for years and years and years, and are sick of everybody's crap, and they just are trying to get on to the next hand. Exactly. They're not trying to help you. They're not trying to root for you. They're just playing the game, because they're there. Yeah, they're just waiting to shift out. But yeah, exactly. And I try to at least be a little personable, have a little empathy. Yeah. Try to actually play with them, Exactly. I was playing the game, as fun, I know, but that's what I liked about it. But over 50% of the profits for all casinos are slots. Slots, yeah, for sure. So I mean that's a very telling factor. And yet they say they give back 97% or whatever. But they'll keep that 3%. There was so much intel out there that I could have brought to the table for the show today. Most of which are just percentages after percentages. A lot of math. Yeah, lots of math. And when it comes right down to it, the machines ultimately are geared for the house to win. Yeah, the house always takes it. They have little they have teaser wins, and that keeps you playing, and then you might hit a big one. You like to hit the jackpot because it hits, all the pretty things that go off. But, exactly. Then eventually it's going to eat away your bankroll and take your money. Exactly. So, folks, you can ignore every billboard out there that says loosest slots or loose slots, and all the percentages. It's just know when to leave. Take some money with you. Don't give it all back to the machine. You hit it if you're having fun and that's what you like to do, and it's like playing a video game. Great, do it, and stop yourself at $20, $50, $100. And if you win $20, $50, or $100, get up and go have a bite of food. Go get some free food. I'm sure that they'll still comp you. Yeah, yeah. Just we've taught you in other episodes. Don't be a putz. Don't be the flea.
Don't be the flea. Be a George.
That's
be
right.
George.
Take care of them. They'll take care of you.
Now, again, mentioning Adam's brother, he designs all these. He codes all these games, and novelty machines are very popular. Sex and the City and Avengers and all this stuff. Now, the my note: are they the devil in disguise? I think so.
It could be. They hook you by throwing The Walking Dead on it per se, and then it's just another slot machine.
Yeah, and they're very expensive. I mean, people jump on Wonder Woman to play this penny slot, and
they're pulling $5 a hand.
Yeah, they're pulling $5 a hand. They don't. Most people realize it, but good Lord, it's so pricey.
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful machine. They have these
and
carousels.
It looks great.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The graphics on these things are amazing now.
Yeah,
they have 3D screens and HD and this and that. And,
yeah,
the bonuses look awesome.
Yeah. Now
very enticing.
Yeah, the article that I read that I gained all this information from made mention that a lot of the designs now, even down to the timing of the blinking and the sounds, and the subject matter of the slot machines and so on and so forth, they're all geared towards millennials.
Oh sure.
You think
it's
so?
all psychological.
They don't have any money.
Well, they still have to try and get that little bit, right?
Right.
I mean, that's why they throw all these fancy names that of all these pulp culture references, on the slot machines to get you to sit down.
Yeah. Now, Strange has nothing to do with gaming, although we have a large industry here in Las Vegas for recreational vehicles, RVs. They are enjoying. This is the strangest thing that I read along with this article, but the RV industry is having their best years ever. Winnebago
in sales.
Yeah, in sales. Winnebago and Thor are two of the major makers.
People can't afford houses anymore, so they're just going on the road.
Yeah. And I mean, they're showing 35-40% increase. Huh. They can't keep up with manufacturing. And who's buying them?
Who?
Millennials.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. I don't know why. I mean, it's been. I would think maybe they can't afford.
They can't afford a house. Yeah, you can't afford a house.
Yeah, and so they're going to live at their mom's house in the RV. I don't know, but I just thought that was interesting. Yeah. Of all things.
That is interesting.
Yeah, but it
doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, I think the slot machines are geared towards communities. I mean, obviously there's.
Well, I guarantee you, the ones that still pay the most, that they make the most money on, are the old ones.
I think so.
The Game Kings and all the fishbowl ones and the mermaid ones. That's the one they make money on.
Well, and there's an intimidation factor as well. I mean, if you've not been to Las Vegas, it's called a carousel, and they have 4 to 5 to 10 slot machines all hooked into one carousel. Sometimes there's actually it is like Megabucks, where there is a constant jackpot being driven by each of these machines in the carousel. Well, you walk up and you think, oh, Wonder Woman, really cool, but man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And there's buttons to push and put your money in. It's
intimidating. Yeah, first time you try it.
And half the time it won't take your goddamn 20. No. You got to fold it 47 times for the machine to take it. There's an intimidation factor as well, but they're expensive.
They can be.
Yeah.
Especially Megabucks.
Yeah. Oh, Megabucks, yeah. Have you ever played?
I have.
Yeah.
I think I put in like $21 on my birthday.
Yeah.
So.
Don't put more than 20.
Yeah.
Because most people win.
It's like $3 a hit. A pull. So it's
a majority of winners of Megabucks have won with less than $100, and a lot of them in $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, the real gamblers know that you're not going to make any money on Megabucks.
No, it's a single hit, and you got to pay taxes. And oh god. Now, are slot machines just for women? You think? You think
I would
it's
say
a gender biased
part of their
machine?
A big part of their play probably comes from women.
Yeah.
But there's so many variations. That.
Yeah.
You got poker variations that can attract the male population, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see a breakdown of that. Based on their card in, card out.
I checked with the Las Vegas Convention Authority, which carries a lot of the math that I'm talking about on the show.
Yeah.
I could not find that.
I would imagine, just from my own experience, I guess that the males would more likely play the live games.
Yeah.
The table games.
Yeah.
Than the slots, where they would usually leave their wives or their girlfriends or whatever.
Right.
But who knows? I'm sure, like you said, the slots are where they make most of their money, so obviously they're getting played by everybody.
Exactly.
Big money or little alike, They got high limit rooms everywhere. So.
Oh, absolutely. But I would say I would say definitely that it's geared towards women if you just walk through a casino. Now, we joke around. I mean, there's 4,000-year-old Filipino ladies with oxygen machines, throwing down quarters. I still would place the majority of players over the age of 40 for sure. But I don't know if it's predominantly women. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting. I might do some research.
Yeah, I'd have to see that.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Now, the biggest slot win ever recorded here was 10.7 million.
Must have been megabucks, yeah.
It was megabucks. Yeah.
10 million.
At the Wynn.
Jeez.
At the Wynn Hotel. I believe that's the current record. I was not able to find anything beyond that, but 10.7 million. The one that offends me most, however, the biggest slot, one of the biggest slot wins ever was not in Las Vegas.
Oh, it wasn't in Vegas.
It was not in Vegas.
The one and they still canceled this one.
And they called it. It was New York. It was New York, and they called it a malfunction.
Sure.
And on every machine, you cannot not find this little message: malfunction, voids play.
Yeah, voids all.
Yeah,
jackpots.
voids all jackpots. And $43 million this poor woman won.
Man.
And they
claimed it was the machine's fault.
And the New York version of its gaming commission said they backed the casino. Horrible.
Know, if I was that person, I would have to find a third party to come and verify. $43 million?
Yeah.
And you tell me it's a jackpot?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's negated?
Yeah. No, this was a couple years ago.
Brutal.
But nothing has gotten close to losing that amount of money.
Well, I'm surprised that it wasn't in Vegas, to be honest. Like, that's, the oldest rule in the book. The mob pretty much enforced that one above all others.
Right.
If we can say it was the machine's fault, you ain't getting paid.
Hey, exactly. Well, I added one here on you, Adam, because I know that you used to play poker, live poker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure did. I enjoyed that a lot. Like you said, intimidating to
poker.
Play.
Yeah. To the layman, to the newbie.
Yeah.
Sitting down at a poker table is rough.
That's pretty scary, actually.
Yeah. Again, it's the same 4,000-year-old Filipino woman who puts glasses on.
That's
and
the problem. Like the other 9 spots at the table are the same guys that are there every day.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just walking into a hornet's nest.
Yeah, it's there are parts of the movie Rounders with Matt Damon.
It's totally true.
Totally true.
Oh yeah,
totally true. And there are way too many Ed Norton characters around this town. Trust me.
They're about half the population.
Yeah, but do you play anymore?
Worm.
You put Worm?
I had a little house poker. I have not played in a casino for a long time.
Yeah. Do you think anybody poker because of Las Vegas? Well, its epicenter was Las Vegas, but and then all the big, we got the Wii Sops and we got the all the gaming, all the poker tournaments, but and then all the Ivies and the Negranos and all the weenies.
Yeah, those are about 50% of those same.
Is that dead? Yeah. Is that whole thing dead? That whole
the poker scene?
Yeah. I know
it definitely hit a high mark.
World Series still packs them at the Rio. Rio, right? Still at the Rio?
Still at the Rio, yeah.
But does anybody give a shit anymore about that?
Well, like I said, it definitely hit a peak a few years ago. And it's kind of leveled out a little bit.
Right.
The scene's a little bit less hectic. There's not as many of those kind of weenies you hear about.
Yeah.
That are causing drama and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just watched the World Series of Poker on ESPN, and they had 6,000 entrants, and in the main event,
okay,
$6 million to the winner.
Yeah.
Obviously it's still going strong.
Yeah.
I would try and get out one of those if I could, but man, they play for a long time.
They do.
I don't know if I could sit on a table for 3-4 days straight.
You got to have that. What is it? 10 grand. 10 grand
to get in. Yeah.
Well,
or you just get in through a smaller satellite or something.
Yeah.
Pay $500 or $1,000 to get into one.
Oh yeah, that's where the money is.
Win your way up.
Yeah, it's no different than like pool tournaments. You're looking for back rooms. Yeah. But no, I never. I played a couple of times on a live table. I just and Hold'em. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but Hold'em, unfortunately, if you're in a tournament situation, you can play Hold'em like professionals do. If you're if you're a guest, or if you're a tourist, or just somebody that really doesn't know a lot about poker but just wants to have fun, it's not fun.
No. I would say that if you really don't know what you're doing, it's hard to sit down at a live table.
Yeah.
Because they'll point you, they'll pick you out right away.
Yeah, they will.
You know, and they'll just gang up on you.
Yeah, and it's
know your stuff before you sit down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the easiest way, and try and stay cheap until you really realize what's at stake. You know.
Yeah. Wait for the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you can stay in a pretty good pot, but. No, I think I think the fear is over. I think poker is always going to be around, but it's still
it's definitely plateaued.
Yeah,
I think, but
so.
I still enjoy it.
Cool.
Watching it on TV.
Really?
Yeah,
maybe it'll be on the Ocho.
I just like to watch and see how they play certain hands.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of weenies playing poker.
Yeah, I don't buy into the theatrics.
You know, half the time, you got the guy with the hoodie on and the glasses, or the scarf that's supposed to, protect his jugular from beating and something. Who's picking that out? Come on, guy.
I know. I'm still surprised they allow glasses, the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't allow mirrored glasses, but I mean, it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. I like the stories of the old days. The poker at the Horseshoe,
right?
Real men's poker. With Doyle and Benny and all the people. And oh, good Lord, it's
all about the money now.
Yeah,
not that it wasn't about money back in the day, but it was more like the Elks Club or the guys' night out type of deal.
Yeah, and see, I kind of believe in what my father used to say. My father used to say that women shouldn't be in pool halls, poker tables, or bowling alleys. And I believe that. Not to say they wouldn't be good at it, but I don't need to see it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we deal with Las Vegas is old school, new school, all at the same time. We deal with a lot of tech. We deal with a lot of old topics. Which I think is the best thing about this town. But one thing to introduce our Gear Grinder section is. Have you, I don't know why, but recently I have been then confronted with websites that I can't even get to what I need to know because of the ads, the ad based.
Sure.
I have fast computers.
On my phone actually a lot nowadays.
And I build my own computers and they're fast.
Right.
And PCs. Oh my God, it's so bad now.
You build a new computer by year 2, you're looking at getting a whole new one already.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just inundated with apps and pop-ups and
I can't even get to the content I want to read because I gotta see
What I hate now are the websites that you have to scroll down an ad, past an ad, like you have to scroll until it goes away,
right?
Until you can get back to what you're reading.
Yes,
because it's like in the middle of the article.
Exactly.
Like I didn't need to see that.
Or I wanna like a lot of times when I'm looking up research for the show here that people love to do that I'm doing for people.
Right.
I'm doing all the research for people so they don't have to. And I want to get a list of something, a list of 10 somethings. And it's
every one of them you have to click.
You have to hit next.
Yes.
And I don't want to hit next because I don't know what's coming.
Just give me a fucking list.
Yes, exactly.
Not 10 different website links.
And recently I was having a rather frustrating.
It's all about clicks.
Yeah, all about clicks. I was having a rather frustrating day, and I get this pop-up, and it infuriated me because it was. Now I dealt with it, and if anybody out there has this happen, it's just crap. If it comes up and it's a pop-up window that won't go away and says that your computer is locked up and call this number and it claims to be a Windows, it's a bunch of bullshit, and it's just these click farms in India. They're trying to get your credit card.
Never open anything. All right, just close everything.
Yeah,
don't believe it.
And if it pops up for those of you that know computers, do your task manager and just close down the task.
Yeah.
Then it disappears. But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. We can't.
They're finding clever ways to get around stuff now.
We can't even enjoy the fact that we live in this society of information. Our society now is predicated on information. It is the holy grail, and we can't even enjoy it because we have so many people that are preying upon us. We're predators. That's what they are. They're just predators.
Marketers, man.
Marketers.
Getting that everywhere.
That's right.
It's all about getting it in front of your face.
Yeah. So I don't. It's
speaking of which,
yes.
We'll just switch to this marketing ad.
Yes.
Oh, we don't have any marketing ads.
No ads. No ads here.
That's right.
Not
We're still not getting paid for this.
That's right.
That's okay.
No,
we do it for you guys.
That's right. We do it for you guys. Area 52. Now we talked about. I'm going to skip to the second one because we talked about it. Talked about the railroad,
the trains.
Yeah, Las Vegas was built basically. Not basically, it was specifically because of the railway boom of the 1800s. That's how Las Vegas popped up because of that.
Well, they had to get to the mines in California, right?
Yeah, that's right. But strangely enough, now you cannot...
Not just a bathroom stop.
That's right, not just a bathroom stop. Whistle stop. They used to call it whistle stop for trains. It was, now you can't get to Vegas by train. Not a passenger train.
No, not at all.
We have trains, in fact, sort of near my home in Las Vegas. There, you can still hear the train go by, which I think is a lovely noise. I love trains. But it's all commercial and industrial.
Yeah. I had a friend, Kellen, used to live right behind the train tracks over on Warm Springs. And they'd have these 100-car passenger, or not passenger, but commercial trains. Yeah, just rolling by all the time.
Oh yeah. On a quiet evening, I can hear the horns.
Click, click.
Yeah, it's so cool. But and people.
But we have no train stations.
We have no train stations. Yeah. We do not have it. We are not an Amtrak stop. That would be in Carson. So we have the Union Pacific Railroad, which is still going through us all the time, and it runs across. It runs. What is it? I think it's northwest, all the way across, and it cuts across Las Vegas Boulevard. Oftentimes causing some traffic delays, but it crosses. Oh gosh, it will cross right in front. We mentioned Fry's Electronics.
It seems like it goes right through the airport.
Yeah, it does.
Almost.
It does. Almost. It does. But no, you can. The trains are not here in Las Vegas. You can't get here. So, which is why I'm hoping for the Hyperloop.
Right.
I want it to Hyperloop right into here. Now, the other part of Area 52, which I don't think a lot of people know, but we've talked about museums. We talked about the Mob Museum, a gaming museum, and things like that. Yeah. We have an erotic heritage museum.
Oh, man.
Now, I've not been there.
No, I haven't either.
I've been there. I've been to the Museum of Sex in New York.
Okay.
Very cool place. Small museum dedicated to everything that is sex. Some funny things to see in that one. But the Erotic Heritage Museum is much like that. It's celebrating, this is their term, not mine, celebrating acts of sex and love.
Okay. Where's it at?
It's over off of Sammy Davis Jr. Drive, which I think is fantastic. We have a Sammy Davis, we have Frank Sinatra, we have a Dean Martin. And there is a part in town, by the way, where you can be on Dean Martin and Dean Martin. Literally, it's got a Dean Martin way and a Dean Martin place, and you can be on Dean Martin.
It must be up north, on the north side of Dean Martin.
But
funny.
Frank Sinatra Road Frank Sinatra has been my saving grace many a time when we have a problem.
Kind of up the backside, kind of hidden.
On the ass end of the casinos, and you can avoid all the traffic, especially when there's a concert. And then, of course, Sammy Davis is on the opposite side, parallel to Sinatra, right?
I believe so.
Parallel to Sinatra, but on the opposite side of our freeway, the 15 freeway. And that'll get you to
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin. Sammy and Dean. Yeah, you can be on Sammy and Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's off of Sammy Davis Jr. Drive, and it's at the Erotic Heritage Museum. And I'm sure their gift shop is interesting.
Another place you wouldn't find me naked. Yeah. Right there on the
list. Well, I don't know. Those films you were in way back when, they might be there. But
on the bottom shelf, though.
Exactly. Now, when's this Ocho thing?
That is going to be the 8th, which will be the day this podcast comes out.
Okay.
Tuesday the 8th.
Tuesday the 8th.
That's right.
All right.
Which is also my mom's birthday, so shout out. Hi, Mom.
Well,
happy birthday on the 8th.
Happy birthday, Lori. Yeah. Happy birthday, Lori. Does she listen? Does your mom listen?
She tries to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't get any of this, does she?
Probably not. Most of it's over her head.
Does she watch? I didn't mean that. But does she watch Game of Thrones? Does she watch?
She does watch Game of Thrones.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we enjoy that.
Okay. Well, I have to make fun of her now since it's her birthday.
Oh, perfect.
She told my wife Susan that she was remarking on a movie, And she said, you should watch this.
Okay.
And she said, it's a black guy, but it's absolutely, unequivocally not Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
And she got the title wrong.
Okay.
I can't even remember what she said, but the title was completely wrong. And so I'm looking this up, but she got the description of the show right. It was about a dirty attorney, blah, 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 and it was
so you knew kind of what you were looking for?
Yeah. And
you should have just looked up Sam Jackson.
And I did. Yeah. And there it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously she's
has no idea.
No,
she can't remember much
as she careens toward retirement age, her eyesight is going, she can't hear, it's horrible.
They're all Samuel L. Jackson to her. Huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
So
what movie was it? I'm curious.
Oh God, I can't remember now. It was I will.
Definitely not Snakes on a Plane.
It was not Snakes on a Plane. No, it was like Retribution or something. I can't remember the name of it right now. But she got it wrong, and then I was looking up the wrong movie. But
that sounds like her.
So yeah. So happy birthday! You should wrap. You should get some Samuel Jackson wrapping paper and whatever gift you get.
See if I can get her like a Samuel Jackson card. They would like open up and say like motherfucker.
There you go. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining us. We will be back with you next week. Thanks, Adam.
Nice. See you guys later.
Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Pod Bay Door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Pod Bay Door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.